Hello bookish friends, how we doing today? It's Heather with Belle's Library, and I am back with my August book haul for you guys. Most of the books that I have for you today were just thrifty finds that I acquired, and then I also do have my Owlcrate book that I acquired as well since my last haul. So let's go ahead and get into it. A majority of these books today. I actually got a good chunk of like mystery thriller kind of books, and then I also got a lot of fantasy. I don't know if I have too many contemporary, but you know, let's get into it and we'll see. So first we're going to talk about One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus, and this is a mystery about 5 high school kids who go into detention, and during detention, one of them ends up dead, and most likely it's going to be one of the other 4 students there, unless, you know, somebody somehow used this time to their advantage to blame it on these guys. But basically, the kid Simon that ends up dead, the next day he was going to write into their school paper some really juicy gossip that involved all 4 of these kids, and so they all kind of have a motive. So that's the basic premise of that one. So we have Two Truths and a Lie next by Meg Mitchell Moore. And this one I actually won off of a Goodreads giveaway. I like to enter those and see if I can get anything fun. So this one is actually an ARC, and it kind of gives me the vibes of so it kind of almost gives me Husband's Secret by Leanne Moriarty vibes. So basically we're following Sherry and Katie. Sherry's the mom, Katie's the daughter, and she's 11, and they move into this new town, and they're well accepted by Rebecca and her daughter, Alexa. And the moms are hanging out more together, but there's definitely more than meets the eye. Katie has really bad nightmares. Supposedly they're running from a bad divorce, and you also have Rebecca, who's got like a secret guy going on maybe, and her husband just died like 18 months ago, so there's something going on with that. And so basically we have some truth, but definitely some lies going on. And this one seems kind of like a fun summery thriller too, because we are based on the beach, so we got some summer vibes as well as the thriller aspect. So next I have Dark Places by Gillian Flynn, and I actually read The Grown Up by her like a week ago, and it's kind of a short story, like 60 pages kind of book, and it was kind of fun and different, and I don't know, the ending was very ambiguous, but I kind of liked it. So I'm excited to see where this one goes. This one is about Libby and her mom and 2 siblings, I think sisters. Yeah, 2 sisters are murdered when she's young, but she survives, and it's in some kind of, it says the Satan sacrifice, and she ends up blaming it on her brother, and so he ends up going to jail. And 25 years later, there is this group that is very interested in old crimes like this, and they want to find out more answers from Libby, but she decides she's going to charge them for answers. But it also opens up kind of a can of worms with what really may have happened. So, sounds interesting. So, and I liked her last book that I read by her. Another kind of mystery thriller, we have Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. This one follows a mom who, her daughter Ellie gets kidnapped and goes missing, and they don't find her, and 10 years later she's trying to put it all behind her and just try to get moving in her life, and she starts talking to this guy named, is it Floyd? Yeah, Floyd. He introduces her to his daughters, and the youngest daughter looks exactly like her daughter, and she's just like, this is so weird, and it starts bringing up a lot of questions for her, and that is the basis of this one. The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware. This is my first Ruth Ware book that I've gotten, and will probably be the first one I read of her. We'll see. I know she's got a new one coming out soon, so I'm excited to see how that one goes over. But this one follows Lo, who is a journalist, and she has an assignment to be on a cruise ship and write about it. And she is having a grand old time, really cool dinners, fun entertainment, and then one night she sees somebody go overboard. But everybody on the ship is still accounted for, and so she can't quite explain what happened, and nobody really understands. They're like, everybody's here, so you must have been seeing things. So yeah, I also really like the cover on this one because you can feel the raindrops, which is really cool and kind of different. The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken. This book is like unusually heavy. I don't know, I don't know why, but it is really heavy. So this one is following Rudy. Nope. Mm-mm. Okay, so in this book we have Ruby, who ends up waking up on one of her birthdays, her 11th birthday, her 10th birthday, and her parents basically lock her in the basement because something weird's happening with her. They call the police, and she's taken off to this school, and she basically survives some mysterious disease, but now she has kind of scary powers or whatever. And so by 16, she's like got a really dangerous power, and everybody wants to pretty much kill her or use her. So she runs away, and she's trying to find this safe havens called East River, and it's kind of the journey while she's going there. And also, like, she's with like a group of kids who are running away to this safe haven, and Liam, he's kind of their ringleader, and he seems to really be taken by Ruby, and yeah, so it's kind of a story about them. Next, I'll throw in my Owlcrate book. I've got Goddess in the Machine. I seriously love this cover. It's so bright and beautiful, and it's got the gold sprayed edges, and oh, it's just gorgeous. So this is a sci-fi book, and it is about, what is her name? It is about Andra, and she wakes up like 1,000 years after when she's supposed to. She was in a cryonic sleep, and it was supposed to be just for 100 years. And when she wakes up, everybody she knows is dead. She doesn't know what's going on. They all think she's a goddess, and so she's trying to figure out what in the heck happened. So the last handful of books are pretty well known, so I probably won't spend too much time on them, but I did pick up the Hunger Games trilogy. I have seen the first couple of movies, but I haven't read the books, and I've heard that they are much better and really good. And with the new Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, I think it is, book that just came out, there's been kind of a resurge in reading these, and just got me more interested again, so I picked up the trilogy of these guys. So next up, I got books 2, 3, 4, and 5 of the Mortal Instruments series. And these are basically Shadowhunters Chronicle books. So we're following Shadowhunters in these books, and their goal is to hunt demons and like vampires and mythical creatures of that nature. And that's basically all I know about this series at this point. I haven't read it, but it's really popular, and I'm very interested in starting it really soon. I originally had... Oh, I gotta put these down. I originally had City of Bones, which is the first book in the series, and so I found these ones for inexpensive and decided to pick up the whole set and see if I like them, and so hopefully I do, since I have all of them now. Kind of going along with that, I got books 1 through 3 of the Infernal Devices, which are also part of the Shadowhunter Chronicles, and these, time-wise, happen before these books, but I believe a lot of people read them after. I kind of have to look up the order, because I know some people like mix them, some people do them by publication date. I don't know, there's lots of different ways to read these. So anyways, these follow the Shadowhunters as well, and I have to say, these have some super gorgeous covers. Like, there's like, I don't know, different reflections and different lighting, and I think this one's probably my favorite. It is, oh my gosh, just so beautiful, and I love it. I'm hoping eventually I can get the hardback of Clockwork Prince, so then I have all of these in hardback, and then I do have all of these in paperback. I always want to say softback after I say hardback, which, I mean, they really should call it that. It makes more sense, but, you know, whatever. I don't make up these rules. Anyways, that is my haul for August. The books I've acquired since last month's haul. And I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and you guys would subscribe and like down below and tell me where I should get started if you've read any of these. And I will talk to you soon.